Hey guys, so today's video is going to be my baby favorites and unfavorites for newborn. Wyatt is now 3 months old, so I'm going to share the favorites that him and I share for the first 3 months of his life. These are not really essentials, like of course you need like diapers, wipes, that kind of stuff. These are like items that either Wyatt really liked or I really liked for simplicity as a mom. And also I'm sharing the products I really regret buying because either I really didn't like them or Wyatt didn't enjoy them. So if you're interested in seeing our favorites and unfavorites for newborns, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to be jumping kind of back and forth between favorites and unfavorites. I didn't want to split it like right down the middle. So the first thing I have on my list is muslin blankets. This particular one is from the brand Lollipop, but my favorite ones are the Aiden and Anai muslin blankets, and not necessarily for swaddling, which is I think what they are kind of marketed for, but I do use these the same as I use my receiving blankets. But Wyatt just enjoys the texture of these ones so much more. He loves snuggling with these to fall asleep, and he plays with them all the time. I would show you an Aiden and Anai one, but they're all dirty except for one, and Wyatt has that right now. He's down for his nap. I do find muslin blankets to be on the more expensive side, but I really do think they are worth the price. I find they last so much better than just regular receiving blankets as well. They're really soft, durable, and all the ones I have are really big. Like, they are super big. So you definitely could swaddle your baby in one of these if they really like that. Wyatt did not like to be swaddled, and Max didn't either. They didn't like being swaddled in blankets or with an actual like product marketed as a swaddle. I did buy one for Wyatt just to see if he liked it, and I bought this one, which is by Summer Baby, and he just really hated being all wrapped up. This one does seem to be pretty simple. It has a bottom here, you slide your baby in, wrap them all up, but he liked to be free. He liked to have his arms and legs able to move. I feel like swaddling is one of those things that a lot of people push on people that are either pregnant or don't swaddle their baby, saying that like all babies love to be swaddled, but that's not really the case. All babies are different, same as people. Both my kids really hated swaddles, and these aren't cheap. I mean, this Summer Baby one in particular wasn't too bad, but I have looked at ones that other YouTubers I watch have recommended, and they've all been super expensive. So I would recommend, if you are thinking that you would like to swaddle your baby, to buy one swaddle and see if they even like to be like that tightly wrapped up all the time, like especially to sleep. My boys did not like it, so therefore this was a product I regret buying. It is in no way a bad product. This is the Summer Swaddle Me. I forgot to say what this actual swaddle was. And these are just my opinions. If some of these products are yours and your baby's favorites, then you can definitely share your experience and opinions in the comments below, but these are just products that didn't work out for us. An alternative to a swaddle that Wyatt really enjoys is the sleep sack. So these don't keep them really tightly wrapped, but they keep like that blanket material kind of wrapped all over them, so it's soft, it's warm, it's comfy. My favorite ones are from Aiden and Anai. I have these small ones here. I do need to get a bigger size because Wyatt is almost too tall for this. His feet come right down to the bottom. He was a spring baby, so it's already really warm weather, so the short sleeves were really nice for him. You just lay them in here after you have them in their jammies, or sometimes if it's super hot, I will just have him just in his diaper and then put him in this. The bottom is sealed like this, like a bag would be, and then you attach the zipper at the top around their chin and zip them in. This is also really convenient for diaper changes because this is the same muslin material as the blankets that we really like. So I know that he loves how soft these are. He sleeps really well with this on him because I don't want him to be sleeping with a loose blanket that he can get up around his face. So this is a great alternative. He can touch it. It's soft on his bare legs and arms. Another unfavorite for Wyatt was the baby wearing wrap. I'm not really sure what brand this one is in particular, but it wasn't the brand that was the problem. Wyatt just really hated being like held close. Like, he likes to be held, but I feel like he might have felt claustrophobic with this on. The second I slipped him into this, even though it wasn't too tight, he tried to like push away from me to look around, and he couldn't really. And then he had a complete meltdown. He didn't like not being able to move because this does hold them quite close. Obviously as close as if you were holding them, but it's arms free, so you don't want it to be loose so that they can kind of wiggle and move around because you don't want them to fall out. So therefore this product didn't really work out for us. Again, I know a lot of people are big advocates of baby wearing, and I tried to make him like it. I tried a few different wrap styles, and he just really hated it. It would have been nice to be able to wear my baby around, especially on the days where a lot of housework and stuff wasn't getting done because he wanted to be held all day, but he just really didn't like it, so therefore that product wasn't a winner for our family. I am a big fan of the zip up sleepers. This is one from Walmart. It's actually way too small for him now. I don't have any zip up ones in a size that fits him, so I'm gonna have to run out and get some. But I think all sleepers should have a zipper. It's just so much easier. Your baby gets so bored and squirmy waiting for you to do up all of the snaps or the buttons, and there's so many of them, especially the bigger they get. They're obviously taller, so there's even more snaps to do up. Zip is so quick. Even if they start squirming around, you can quickly zip it right up and they are all ready to go. I feel like this is really useful for newborns and also as they get to be more mobile. Another style of sleepers that I really love are the Pekkle ones from Costco. I really love the quality of these sleepers. I have a ton of them. However, they are snap sleepers. So it snaps from the very top all the way to the bottom, and you have to snap up both legs. I really wish they could make a sleeper that is the same quality as these, but with a zipper. I'd definitely buy those, but for now I do really like these, so I continue to kind of fuss with all of the snaps. And why it's actually pretty good to get dressed right now, unless he is getting bored and wants to play with something, then he kind of rolls around, he rolls away from me, which makes snapping these up quite difficult. Another item that I dislike are small shirts. Dressing babies seems like a really fun thing to do, especially if you're a new mom. You buy all kinds of cute outfits, and I can't argue with how adorable this looked. I used this in his 2-month pictures. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that. But for when they are 0 to 3 months, especially even 3 to 6 to a certain extent, tops just are not practical. Yes, you would put something underneath this, but it just rides up and you're constantly pulling it down. I can't see how this is comfy for them, and I'm not going to sacrifice my baby's comfort just for him to look extra cute for other people. So in my opinion, small shirts, like until they get a little bit older, so for newborn size and 0 to 3 months, I don't really see how a top is practical, and I really regret buying a lot of the outfits I have. Pants, yes, you can put them over something like this, which is what I tend to use. We call these onesies. So they're still cute on the top. They have prints. You can get them with sayings. You can get them plain. They're still a really cute shirt. You can get them collared if you're into that with buttons. You can basically get something that is a full bodysuit or a onesie with the snaps at the bottom that look just like this but will not ride up. So I just really don't get the point of baby shirts for this age group. I much prefer something like this with the snaps at the bottom, and then you can put a cute pair of jeans or sweatpants, whatever you want, as the bottom still, but this will not ride up on them. The next are mittens. These ones were kindly made for us by Jeremy's mom. Baby mittens totally have a use. If your baby is one of those babies that like scratch at their face all the time, then you definitely want to put mittens on them. You don't want them hurting themselves. Wyatt and Max were not like that. They did not reach up and like scratch their face all the time. They didn't scratch my face all the time either. So for us, mittens are a product that I would regret buying just because we didn't need them. However, I totally know the use for these. I just personally didn't need these. The next thing I have here is a nursing pillow. This is a Jolly Jumper nursing pillow. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I formula fed Max and I'm breastfeeding Wyatt, so I really thought that I needed a nursing pillow because that's what a lot of other like newborn essential videos told me. However, I found I was really hurting my back when I was using this. It has a really strange opening that doesn't fit super close to your body unless, well, on my body shape, unless it's like really high. And it just made breastfeeding so much harder for me. Like, I find it so much easier to just prop a pillow, like a regular pillow, or like the arm of a chair under my arm if I need some support, or just like hold him without anything under my arm. I don't find it that difficult, I guess. Like, I was hurting my shoulders and my back more like trying to set him and hold him on the pillow. I was kind of like making a hunching shape with my shoulders, and like, yeah, that seems fine for the first few times, even for a week or so, but then you start to notice that like your back really hurts. So I find it better to just hold the weight of the baby up and feed him that way. I didn't return this because it wasn't a complete waste of money, because now he uses it kind of like a chair, which this is a very expensive baby propping device. So I would recommend, if you have friends maybe that breastfed and have a pillow that you could try and see if you like it, definitely do that. I will link this below, but I think it was like $40 or $50. So that is quite expensive. It's definitely worth the money if it works out for you, but for me, I'm like setting it like this and putting the baby in the middle as like kind of a reclined seat, and $40 or $50 is really expensive for a glorified baby prop, in my opinion. My next favorite is this glider and ottoman set. I was unsure if I needed a glider and ottoman in my nursery. I wasn't really sure if I'd get a lot of use out of it. You would have seen a better look at this in my nursery tour, but I actually am so happy I got this. This is a really comfortable, relaxing spot for me to either nurse Wyatt or even to read him stories or just snuggle and rock. It's just a really nice spot for us to sit and have some quiet time. So I'm really happy with this piece of furniture that we bought. This is the Graco Simple Sway Swing. Wyatt absolutely loves this thing. There are 6 different speed settings, and you can put on like music or nature sounds and adjust the volume. The one thing I will say is I wish that this kind of turned. It doesn't do anything, and Wyatt is always looking at it, kind of hoping for something spectacular to happen. This swing takes up hardly any space. It's really easy to fit into a corner, and it does swing out far enough that he enjoys it, but it definitely takes up a smaller amount of space than a lot of other swings that I have seen. If you buy one kind of baby entertainment type product from this video at all, I would definitely recommend a bouncer. Both Wyatt and Max absolutely loved these things. This is one from Bright Starts. A lot of them are all basically the same. Wyatt loves the toys hanging off of this one though, and it does have the vibrations at the bottom, which I think is what makes this really fun for them. Between 0 to 3 months, they don't really bounce in it all that much. Like, it does bounce, but I find they don't really utilize that until they're a little bit older and are heavier really. But in terms of the vibrations and the toys, the bright colors, this is definitely at the top of my baby essentials list. This is the last unfavorite of ours. This is the Urbini car seat. This comes as a travel system, so we have the stroller and stuff downstairs. This is exclusively sold at Walmart and it sucks. The straps get stuck in it all the time, like when you are trying to tighten or loosen these. It takes up a lot of space in a car. Like, the top of it is quite long, and the stroller that comes with this is absolutely terrible to try and steer around. I would totally buy a new one if I didn't think that Wyatt would be growing out of it pretty quickly. As soon as he can sit up on his own, I'm just going to get one of the big convertible 5-point harness car seats so that he can sit in like the grocery cart, stuff like that. It'll just be easier to kind of transport him around if he can sit up on his own and not have to carry him in an infant seat like this. But this travel system I would definitely not recommend. Lastly, I would recommend some kind of white noise machine or a fan. We personally have a fan in our bedroom where he is sleeping. Not necessarily for the fan to be blowing on him, because he might find that a little bit chilly, but just for the sound it makes when he goes into his own nursery. I will definitely be picking up a white noise machine. It just helps cancel out a lot of the background noise, so whether you have other kids, you want to get some cleaning done, you live on a busy street, that sort of thing. I found without the fan, if a truck drives by or Max squeals because he's playing a game, or I start to vacuum downstairs, anything like that, Wyatt would wake up immediately. Max was the same. We had dogs growing up. So at my mom's house, where we were when Max was an infant, I had both a heater and a humidifier going, but Max was born in the winter time, so that provided the same sort of noise canceling effect. So that was everything for my newborn favorites and unfavorites. I'd love to know some of your favorites and unfavorites, and also what you would recommend for the 3 to 6 month age group. That is the age group that Wyatt is going into now, so I'm looking for more fun things for him to either play with or types of clothes, things like that. If you have any recommendations, definitely leave those in the comment section below as well. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!